All right, Trailmakers fans, let's get into it. Today, we're diving headfirst into the brand new, absolutely massive Frozen Tracks expansion, and alongside it, the game-changing 2.2 update. Seriously, if you thought you'd figured out how to build for every environment, well, you're gonna have to think again.
So here's what's on the docket. First, we're checking out the new Icy World. Then we'll get into the amazing free tools that everyone gets. After that, we'll break down the paid campaign, the cosmetic goodies, and wrap up with what this means for Trailmakers as a whole. Let's go!
And really, this is the core question, isn't it? Trailmakers has always been about your clever engineering versus the world. But what happens when the world starts fighting back? I mean, for the very first time, the environment itself is a moving, dynamic problem. So, let's figure out how we're supposed to survive this.
Okay, first stop, the icy moon of Hoff. And let me be crystal clear here. This is not just some reskinned map with a bit of snow sprinkled on top. No way. This place is a completely hostile environment, built from the ground up with one goal in mind, to push your building skills to the absolute breaking point.
So what are we really up against? Hoff is going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got deep, soft snow that'll swallow your regular wheeled builds whole. Treacherous ice that'll have you doing donuts whether you want to or not. The cliffs? They're steeper and meaner than anything we've seen before. And those freezing dark waters, they've got their own secrets. This is the very first all-snow map, and trust me, your go-to designs, they're just not going to cut it.
But the real game changer here, the thing that flips the script, is deformable terrain. This is a huge first for Trailmakers. Now your vehicle actually, permanently, changes the world around you. Every track you leave, every deep rut you dig into the snow, it stays there. You're not just driving on the map anymore, you're scarring it, leaving your mark. It's a whole new layer of strategy. You could carve a perfect path for your buddies, or, get your own vehicle hopelessly stuck in a ditch you made yourself 5 minutes ago.
So a world like Hoff sounds pretty tough, right? How are you supposed to deal with it? Well, with a brand new set of tools, obviously. And here's the best part, and I really mean this. The most important, the most functional new parts are coming in the free 2.2 update. That's for every single person who owns the game. No extra cost. And it's really cool how they've done this. For every new problem, they've given us a specific new solution. You're getting bogged down in that deep snow? Bam! You've got 3 different types of tank tracks, the Lynx, the Raw, and the Big Boy Golem, plus a couple sizes of skis to glide right over that ice. Want to see what's in those dark waters? No problem. Here's a submarine seat and a Triton engine. They've even thrown in a dedicated tank steering block, so you can actually control those tracked beasts. It's just a perfect answer to all the new challenges. But wait, there's more in the free update. The Builder UI has gotten a nice rework, making things a bit smoother. We're getting some fresh paint colors, which is always nice. And for all you advanced builders out there, get this, a damping slider for hinges and servos. That is going to give you some seriously fine-tuned control over your complex creations. It's just a really, really generous update for the whole community.
Okay, so let's make sure we're all on the same page about what's free versus what's paid. This is super important. All the new functional parts, the tank tracks, the skis, the sub stuff, the things that actually change how you play, all of that is 100% free for everybody. The paid expansion, Frozen Tracks, is what gets you access to the new story campaign, the Hoff map and sandbox mode, and a bunch of exclusive cosmetic goodies.
All right, speaking of that paid expansion, let's dive into it. Let's see how they've woven this new world and all these new tools into a proper story.
So, the campaign drops you right onto Hoff with a mission. You've got to help out the locals, who are these super cute penguin-like creatures called the Waddles. Turns out they're in big trouble. A BOTNAK invasion is underway, and this time it's being led by a powerful new AI villain they call OVERLORD.
So your job is pretty straightforward, at least on paper. You land on Hoff, you find the Waddles and help them out, and then you start the real work, taking on OVERLORD's forces head-on. The main goal is to find and destroy these BOTNAK power towers scattered all over the moon to shut down their whole operation.
And here's maybe the best part. You don't have to go it alone. The whole campaign was built from the ground up for co-op. You can bring in up to 8 players. That is awesome for anyone who loves tackling these things with their friends. And get this, the difficulty actually scales based on your group size. So whether you're solo or with a full crew of 8, it's always going to be a good fight.
Now, how long is it? You're probably looking at around 7 hours to get through it all. And yeah, that might sound a little shorter than what we've seen before, but that's totally on purpose. This campaign is laser-focused. It's all about making you master these new ground and water vehicles. So don't go in expecting to build a bunch of jets. This is all about conquering Hoff's brutal surface.
All right, so besides the campaign and the sandbox map, buying the expansion also gets you a nice little pile of exclusive cosmetic items, to show off a little.
So here's the loot you get. There are 3 pretty unique outfits for your character, 3 really cool kind of historical-looking skins for your tank tracks, 2 new skins for the buoyancy blocks. And once you finish the whole campaign, you get a special trophy block that you can slap on your creations to brag a little.
So, okay, let's take a step back. You've got the deformable terrain, all these new parts, this really focused campaign. When you put it all together, what does it actually mean for the future of Trailmakers? Well, that brings us to the big takeaway here.
And this really says it all. This is not just more stuff. It's not another content pack with a few extra blocks. The deformable terrain and the tank tracks, they fundamentally change the DNA of how you build and use ground vehicles. It's like a whole new puzzle has been dropped into the game, and we've all got to figure out how to solve it.
And you know what the best news is? You don't have to wait for any of this. The Frozen Tracks expansion and that huge free 2.2 update launched on November 20th, 2025. They're out right now. You can go grab them and start playing today.
And that really brings us to the final most important question. The developers did their part. They gave us this hostile, amazing new world, and they gave us this incredible new box of toys to conquer it. So now the real question is, what are you going to build?